ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Rock Scene Television. Move a little closer to the tube, turn up that volume dial, and get ready for the cosmic and heavy sound that is Tommy's Rocktrip.
Got a high-pitched sound keeps ringing in my ear. No one's trouble just to hear you speak. Oh well, my body's always aching and my legs are sometimes weak. I'm having trouble getting to sleep. The ringing is so high, so
Non-stop rock talk with Tyson Bryden. Welcome to Non-stop Rock Talk. I am your host, Tyson Bryden. Today on the show, I'm very happy to welcome drummer Tommy Clufetos. Tommy,
close enough, my friend.
Close enough. I think I kind of messed it up, but
why did we prep this before? It ruins the excitement. We could have had this,
I know. Sorry, man. So how's it going?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
I'm very well. I'm very good. It's I'm up in Canada, and it's actually sunny and a little bit warm today.
Where about in Canada?
I'm just outside of Toronto.
Oh, okay, cool. What city?
Oshawa, Ontario.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad the clouds are parting and you're finally getting some sunshine.
Well,
I'm sure it's been a long, cold winter.
It frigging has.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from Detroit, so I know how you
so
feel.
you know. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Except Detroit's even more gray and barren than up there, But I've lived in the Los Angeles area for so long now that I'm a total wimp.
Well, I mean, Oshawa and Detroit kind of have one thing in common, and that's GM, auto industry.
Yeah, Motor City, baby. There's a lot of cars. Everybody growing up has some affiliation with the car companies,
That's right. Now, of course, as we go into it, you have a new release, a new album entitled Tommy's Rocktrip. I gotta say, man, I love this album, by the way. Before we get into the kind of details about it, kind of give me your visions in terms of putting this album together.
I had never wanted to make my own album or do anything like that, but with this worldwide shutdown that we are in the midst of, I had this block of time, and somebody said, "Do you want to make an album?" And I said, "Why not? It'd be fun to make some music." So I gathered up my buddies and we recorded it the way I wanted to, which was 100% live. How real rock and roll bands actually used to. You would get together and jam and rehearse and then go push record. So that's what we did.
And it sounds real. I was gonna ask you this question. Was it done? You said you guys all did it live, but was it digitally done, or did you go back and do analog? Because it actually sounds like it's like an old 70s album.
I think it was recorded on tape and digital. To be honest, yeah, we used the Pro Tools, but we didn't use it in a. We recorded everything as if it was recorded to tape, meaning we didn't do any cutting and pasting. In fact, we didn't even record to a click track, which is great. And we didn't wear headphones, which is way great.
Yeah.
Literally, we faced the amps at me, and they heard my drums, and I heard the amps, and I would say, "Okay, record." We're in a barn, mind you, and record, and I would count the guys in, and we played it from first note to last note. And that's that was the vibe I wanted. We didn't really do any overdubs. I wanted it to be very raw.
Wow. And it comes across that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's about as raw as you can get without just recording in my garage or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you when you finally heard it, you were happy with what?
I was absolutely happy. Yeah. Because recording is it's really just a moment in time. And when you add all this extra effects and processing and sequencing and loops, and it stays in that time. So maybe when you listen to it 5 years later, you go, oh, it sounds dated, you know. But real music, just when you're recording musicians and they're playing from the heart, that doesn't go out of style. So I think I was after something that you could put on 10 years from now, and maybe you even like it a little better.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the disappointing thing is that they're not releasing it on vinyl. The Frontiers isn't releasing it.
Everybody says that to me.
Yeah.
Everybody says that they should put it on vinyl, which I do think so, because it totally... I mean, this is much different than the music that they put out. It's much more straight ahead, I think. And it lends itself to that. So, but it's not up to me.
Yeah.
I think if more people buy it, then they'll maybe put it on vinyl, because then it makes financial sense, you know. But whatever, it's all cool. But I do think it would sound great on vinyl and look great.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't. I did briefly see the cover on the Advance I got. But let's be honest, everything for the most part looks better on vinyl anyways, because you get the bigger picture, you know, like the artwork.
It's a way cooler thing, man. It's
Exactly.
a way cooler.
Exactly. So now, I mean, we mentioned Frontiers. Were they cool with it? They heard it and thought, this is cool.
Yeah, they didn't hear it till I turned it in, so I hope they better be cool with it. That was the one. The one good they said nothing about the music, which was nice, because I don't want to be told about it, you know?
Yeah. No, that's good.
So, yeah, I guess they dig it, yeah.
That's cool.
They were very, very easy to work with.
That's awesome. Well, what I love about this album, too, is when I was going through it and I seen the vocalist on it, on 8 of the 11 tracks, because 3 of them you sing on, was former Slash Snake Pit singer and Jellyfish and Jellyfish as well, and played with Alice Cooper. Eric Dover handles, as I said, 8 of those songs. I mean, from my perspective, stylistically, Eric is someone I admire. I mean, I've seen him live back in the '90s with Slash Snake Pit, and loved him. There's something about his persona and the way he phrases that he always sounds cool. Every song sounds cool that he sings.
No, he's very talented, and that's what it comes down to. He's a talented musical guy. I know Eric because we played together in Alice's band.
Yeah.
And that's how I know Eric. And I always liked his voice. He was always, I always use the term wacky. He has a wackier side to him, way wackier than like a normal rock singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I kind of, as much as I like straight ahead stuff, there's something, it's wacky, but it's not, it works, you know?
Yeah.
And it really worked great with the hard rock music that I was making, because at the end of the day, his voice is a kick-ass hard rock. He sings hard rock awesome. You know, I know he does all these other things, but I think he really shines on this album where people go, because the music's really powerful, I think. And then when it combines with his talent of his voice, I think it's a 1-2 combo that people will go, well, I think it makes his voice sound even better.
Yeah.
Because the music lives up to his voice, I think.
Yeah. It's funny because I've been telling people about this album, like friends of mine. And I said, I'm like, do you remember that guy that sang on the first Slash of Snake Pit album? They're like, yeah, I love that guy. I said, well, you got to check this out, because he's singing on 8 of the songs, and you're going to love it. You're going to love what he does on it.
Yeah, no, I was really indebted to Eric. I'm glad he agreed to do it, because he is great, and I really think he's a really talented guy. And he was very professional in the studio. He was very easy to work with. You know, sometimes you got to, you know, no, it's hard to explain things to people to get it out of them. But he was the exact opposite. All I had to do was, here's the words, here's the melody, and let you do your thing.
That's
awesome.
Now, I mean, we've mentioned him.
Yeah.
Tell me about the other musicians that play on the album and kind of how they.
Now, the other guys are more generation younger than me, and I wanted to get kind of more young, not so well known guys. I didn't want to do an album with, you know, oh, this guy from this band, that guy from that band, because it just comes off a little false for what I wanted to do. and it can sound disjointed because everybody has their own ideas of what they want. I knew exactly what I wanted, and for one time in my life, I was going to do it my way if it was under my name. So I got guys that I knew were great players, but I knew that they weren't too far down the line where I couldn't get them to play what I wanted them to play, because there was a certain style and attack that these guys have never, put it this way. There was a lot of, oh, my hand hurts. Oh, I'm cramping up, because I was demanding a certain energy out of them. And I don't think they've gone there, but I knew they could do it, and they rose to the occasion. So there's Elliot Larongo on bass. Now he's a Japanese guitar player who played rhythm guitar, and Hank, I think he goes by Hank J on Afro lead guitar player. And everybody played great. It really sounded to me. We rehearsed it as a band, as old school, and then we just went to the studio and recorded bare bones. So it's kind of what my favorite records, how they were made. That's what I wanted to do.
That's awesome. So in terms of songwriting, did you write all the songs or did you collaborate?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote 95% of the ideas. It was me singing and squawking ideas to the guitar player, and we would record riffs and then put riffs together and then make songs, and then I wrote lyrics, and then we'd rehearse it, and then we recorded.
Yeah. That's cool. Now, when recording drums for yourself, I mean, like we said, the drums have more of a total 70s sound as opposed to 80s. I'm sure, I mean, it comes down to how you tune them, and the mic placement is probably is important, of course. Kind of give me a little bit of insight into how you like to have your drums recorded. Like you said that you...
I know nothing about recording stuff. I know what I want to hear.
Yeah.
So, I recorded with a buddy of mine who I actually grew up with in Michigan. We live in the same area, and he has a studio out in his back barn, which I go, perfect. That's exactly where I want to record my album, is in a dirty barn. It's perfect. Because I love studios that aren't studios. You know what I mean? It's like, let's just keep it raw, baby. That's what, so you don't feel, there's no headphones. You don't feel like you're in like a hospital recording a record. Sometimes studios feel like you're in the hospital with the white lights and don't touch this, don't do that, that kind of stuff. I lost my train of thought. Oh, recording drums. I knew what I wanted my album to sound like. An old AC/DC album, an old Aerosmith album where it sounds like the instruments. It's not that they sound so big and huge and they take up so much space. I wanted it tighter sounding, where they may not say the drum, oh, those are great drum sounds, but the drums are bleeding into the guitar mics, and the guitars are bleeding into the drum mics, and I wanted that.
Cool.
And I got it, so it created more of a band sound. And that being said, you could still hear everything, but it doesn't sound like, oh, that bass drum sounds like a Bon Jovi record. I wasn't into that. I wanted it as raw as it could be. And my buddy John, who we recorded it together, he knew where I was going, and we were on the same wavelength. So I let him deal with that. Sometimes it got a little too reverby, and I go, no, I want it dry, baby. I want it.
Yeah.
I want it raw.
Well, I mean, it's like when you listen to an old, like, Machine Head, for instance, the drums on that. They have a 70s sound to them. I love that drum sound, and I kind of...
I don't know that music. I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, you don't know it?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's cool.
I'm stuck in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. You asked me about that stuff, maybe even more in the 50s and 60s.
I said Deep Purple.
Oh, I thought you said, Machine Head. I thought you had, there's a band. Okay.
No, not the band Machine Head. Deep Purple.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Or like, I love the drum sound on Judas Priest, Stained Glass. I love that drum sound.
The Judas Priest, I don't know much Judas Priest, to be honest with you, but like Living After Midnight, the drum sound on that, like it just sounds like you're right there in the drums. I love the drum sounds on Bad Company records.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And I just like, the Aerosmith stuff. It's not that, it's just raw. Yeah. It's not that the drums sound so great. It's like they sound like the drums sound that day. They're kind of maybe out of tune or they're ringing, and I like that,
Yeah, no, that's cool.
It sounds real,
Exactly, and that's just it. And Neil Smith from Alice Cooper, like all those, that old Alice Cooper.
Absolutely,
so cool,
absolutely. Man. You hear the junk in there. You know what I mean? There's like some stuff on my album, like I broke some snare lugs, so there was some like screws wrangling around in there, and you can hear it at the end of the tune. I'm like, leave it. That's the stuff. When I was a kid, that it's like on the end of I think maybe No More Mr. Nice Guy, you hear the stick, he like drops a stick and you hear it. I'm like, that's the cool stuff,
I mentioned that you sang on 3 of the tracks. How do you feel about singing? Some guys don't like it.
See what happens? You talk about me singing and then you start laughing.
No. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
No, I mean, I am not a singer, and it's not a career change. The way it came about, there was no preconceived notion I was going to sing at all on the album. I had given Eric some scratch vocals to learn the songs and learn the melodies and the lyrics, and I had done that for every song. And what you hear on the album is actually my scratch vocal.
Oh, wow.
And on those 3 tunes, one is about my beautiful wife. It's called Make Me Smile. And I go, well, I gotta sing that.
That's cool.
And the last song on the album is called The Power of 3. And that's about my beautiful daughter. And I go, I gotta sing that. And then the title track, Beat Up by Rock and Roll, I kind of just like the lazy, kind of like stoner vibe, even though I've never been stoned in my life. The stoner vibe that it had, I go, just leave it. It kind of sounds cool. It doesn't bother me, so let's just leave it. So we just left it.
That's cool.
So that was how that came about.
That's awesome. I mean, I like in Make Me Smile, I like that vocal line in the verse, kind of, it follows the music. It sounds cool, though. It's got a really...
there's a lot of... Again, I'm no singer, and Eric Dover is a great singer, but it doesn't always have to be the best voice in the room to get the point across.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, Keith Richards isn't the best singer, but there's something cool about when he sings happy. And I'm not comparing myself at all, but that was just the approach of who cares? Why not?
Right. Now I must ask, besides you playing with Ozzy, you've also played, and we touched on this, with Alice Cooper, Ted Nugent, Rob Zombie, John Five. When I think about all those artists, they kind of bring a certain persona element to the music. I guess it's image as well as being an artist. We all know Ted's thing. He's the Motor City Madman, and of course Alice and Rob Zombie are kind of that theatrical side. I think John Five's kind of there as well. Then there's Ozzy. I was looking at that list and I'm thinking, is he attracted to playing gigs with artists that just are like a little bit more over the top than others?
No, I'm attracted to playing with good artists.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just think this is who these guys are. It's like, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And they ask to play drums for them. It has nothing to do with their image or anything like that. No, I don't. I'm interested in people who are good at what they do. And if they want me to be a part of their thing, then that's awesome. Sign me up.
I mean, it must have been awesome as a drummer watching these guys every night doing what they do.
Well, it's awesome to be a part of it. It's awesome to be 1/4 or 1/5 or 1/3 of whatever's going on stage. That's the cool thing. Being in a rock band it's the next best thing in my life to being a husband and a dad now. You know what I mean? It's cool. That's why everybody wants to do it. Even big time actors, they want to go play some dirty club and be in a band. You know what I mean? You can't buy this thing.
That's so funny.
It gives you, if you love music, to be able to do it, it's the coolest thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
I'm very fortunate to get to pay my bills and, make a living doing it.
Yeah, and get to play with some really cool people and see a lot of places.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, it's all great. You have to love it when it's, when you're playing to nobody. You also have to love it when you play to nobody to get to when you get to play to a lot of people and kind of have bigger crowds and better hotels. But I even loved it when there was nobody there because I love playing the music.
Yeah.
If you have a good musical thing on stage, you can get off on that even if there's not a crowd.
Yeah. So, I mean, before those bands, obviously you were playing clubs. Were you just playing with a bunch of bands? Were you in a band for long term or?
No, I kind of had a different upbringing. Before Ted Nugent, I played with this guy, Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheel.
Yeah.
Who had hits in the 60s and was like the first rock band out of Detroit ever.
Yeah.
And then before that, I came up playing in my dad's group. When I was a young kid, and we played clubs and bars, and we did a lot of these oldies revival kind of shows where I would have to back all the different kind of acts, whether it be like girl groups like the Crystals or the Shirelles, or like oldies guys like Freddie King. Your people are not going to know who the hell I'm talking about, but all these. You turn on the 50s and 60s channel. I've played with a gazillion of them. So that's kind of how I started. And then I went on from there.
That's very cool. Now,
but I never had my own group. I never played with guys my own age. I didn't do that kind of thing.
I think that's cool, though.
It is what it is. It was just the way I went.
That's awesome. Now, before I let you go, let's promote Tommy's Road Trip. Where can people find this? And
did you say Tommy's Road Trip?
What did I say? Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's my TV show that's coming up next.
Oh, what the hell? You know what? I screwed up on my notes. I am so sorry, Tommy.
That's okay. Well, I have a TV show coming out. It's taking you to all my favorite rock and roll things, and it's called Tommy's Road Trip.
Oh, you know what? That was in my notes when I was looking at it this morning. I can edit that. I'll just screw that up. So where can they find it?
I could care less.
I care because I don't want to misinform. But where can they find the album? Where can they find you?
I think it's all on the Amazon and the iTunes and the Frontiers website and all that kind of stuff. Cool. And you can't find me. I'm not around. Don't try to get a hold of me.
Okay.
I'm not around.
But
you can look up the Tommy's Rocktrip. The label set up all that kind of stuff for that kind of stuff. But me,
that's where I screwed it up.
I stay at home and I stay quiet. So leave me alone.
Okay. All right.
You're not allowed over.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time. Tyson, all my best to you. Stay healthy, and let's all rock soon when we get through this hell we're living. All right, buddy.
Okay, Tommy. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Take care.